It happened when I was 12 years old. We were at my grandmother's house and we found the gun that my cousin had in his room hidden. And the idea was that since we knew where some people from the rival gang lived, we were going to go and give ourselves an initiation and use that as our way of getting into the gang. On the way over there, we saw some people from the same gang that we were trying to get into. And, you know, we told them basically that we're going to go do some work. One of the members said, you know, what are you guys going to go do some work with? So I pulled it out and showed him. And he said, come here, let me see that. So I walked over to him. And he asked whose it was. You know, I told him it was my cousin's. And he wrestled the gun away from me. He looked at me and said that, you know, tell your cousin that he doesn't owe me anything and we're even, and walked off. At that point in time, we weren't worried about any repercussions or anything like that. We were just sitting here wondering, what are we going to do and what are we going to tell my cousin now that his gun's gone? The next day, my father comes to pick me up, and he takes us over to my grandmother's house. Of course, we get the yelling and you shouldn't have done that and everything that you would expect that we would get. But something special happened that day. My father pulled me to the side, and we went out into the car and sat down. And he looked at me, and he asked me what happened. Tell me what happened. And I told him what happened. And he looked at me, and the first thing he said was, well, what do you think would have happened if the gun went off? You could have been hit, you could have died, or you could have become a paraplegic. I didn't think about that at the time, but he didn't stop there. He then looked at me and told me that I was special and I was supposed to become something better than that. He wasn't sure what it was, but I was supposed to be the one out of all of the grandchildren to make it out of the neighborhood and become something a lot better than what society told me that I should be. He wasn't sure what it was. He wasn't sure what I was going to be, but I was supposed to become somebody. And from that day forward, I looked at things in a different way. I went to school and did what I was supposed to. I made sure I got the best grades I could. I didn't miss days because I knew that one day I was supposed to be somebody. The only thing that I wished that he did was turn around and tell my cousins and my brother the same thing. Because I'm not in the situations that they're in. And that's the only thing that plagues my mind is if he had told them the same thing, what difference could it have made in their lives?